today's lesson, we'll work on our intermediate course, and here Unit 10, third part, 10.3, vocabulary and skills development. Our goals here are unstressed words and phrases with take and have. Listening and speaking, unstressed words. Exercise 1A, work with a partner, look at the photo and make guesses about what you think it shows. Pause video, answer the question in a written form. And now let's look at the possible answers. As you see, these are the row of mannequins that are placed on the seats, probably in stadium. And as you see, instead of their faces, there are probably some monitors stuck on them, on their faces, and there are real people and probably watching something or looking at something online. Exercise 1B. Listen to another clue. Does this help you to guess?
Audio 10.6.
And as you heard, it was sound of a crowd cheering at a baseball or football match. Exercise 2A, listen to the first part of a radio program and check your ideas.
Audio 10.7.
There's nothing quite like the atmosphere of the crowd at a big game, is there? Well, actually, a South Korean baseball team, the Hanwha Eagles, think they can create something like the atmosphere of the crowd by using robots instead of real-life fans. The robots can cheer on their team, and human fans who aren't able to attend the game in person will be able to upload their faces onto the robot and make the robots clap and wave. They can also send text messages, which the robots will display to the players.
And as you see, the answer is these are the robots that are connected to online devices from real people, devices of real people, and they just cheer when their team is doing well, or just simply they just cheer to support their part, their group, or their team. Exercise 2B. Do you think this is a good idea? Why? Why not? Discuss with a partner. Pause video, answer this question in a written form. And now let's look at the possible answers. Well, I think this is a good idea because, if the spectators, the people who watch the team playing a game cannot be present in the match, it's just better to put robots to cheer instead of them, rather than just emptying the area. And this may be a little bit of moral support compared to nothing or no one sitting or watching them play game. Exercise 3A. Look at the following extract from the listening. Underlines the three words which carry the main meaning and stress. And here, the robots can cheer on their team. And as you see, the answer is robots, cheer, and team. Exercise 3B. Listen and check if you underline the correct words.
Audio 10.8. 1.
The robots can cheer on their team.
Exercise 3C. What happens to the other words in the extract? And now, as you saw, the answer is the other words are not stressed, so they are usually shorter, at a lower pitch, and quieter. For example, weak. Exercise 4A. Mark the main stresses in this extract in the same way. Then the robots can also cheer on their own team. Exercise 4B. Listen to the whole sentences and check your answers. What do you notice about the unstressed words in both sentences?
Audio 10.9. 1.
The robots can cheer on their team.
2.
then the robots can also cheer on their own team.
And as you see, then the robots can also cheer on their own team. Here the words are robots, cheer, and team. Both sentences stress the same three words. The other non-stressed words are swallowed up between the main stressed words. The length of the two sentences in time is about the same. Exercise 4C. Listen and read the information in the Unlock the Code box about unstressed words and check your ideas.
Audio 10.10.
Unstressed words. Words which carry the main meaning of a sentence are usually stressed. The other words, which are grammar words, are generally unstressed. The following kinds of grammar words are usually unstressed. The verb to be. Auxiliary verbs. Do, did, will. Pronouns. He, it, they. Articles. An, the. Conjunctions. And, so, when. Prepositions. To, from, at, with. There may be 2 or 3 unstressed words between 2 stressed words. However, the length of time between the 2 stressed words remains about the same, no matter how many unstressed words there are between the 2 stressed words. This can make it harder to hear the unstressed words.
As you see, there are main words that are stressed and they just carry the main idea, and there are words that are unstressed, they just give the correct grammar structure and just doesn't give any meaning by themselves. There may be 2 or 3 unstressed words between 2 stressed words. However, the length of time between the 2 stressed words remains about the same, no matter how many unstressed words there are between the 2 stressed words. This can make it harder to hear the unstressed words. Exercise 5A. Listen to the sentences and write down how many words there are in each.
Audio 10.11.
1. The atmosphere at the match was amazing.
2.
We couldn't have had a better result.
3.
I was able to sit right at the front.
4.
I rang my friend at the end of the first half of the game.
5.
She couldn't come, but she was happy to hear the score.
'And now let's check the answers. Well, 1. The atmosphere at the match was amazing. It's 7 words. We couldn't have had a better result. It's 7 or 8 words. If you count could and not as separate words, it's 8 words. I was able to sit right at the front. It's 9 words. I rang my friend at the end of the first half of the game. It is 14 words. She couldn't come, but she was happy to hear the score. It is 11 or 12 words, depending on whether you add couldn't as 2 words or 1. Exercise 5B. Check your answers with a partner. Listen again if necessary. Exercise 6. Listen to the rest of the radio program and answer the questions.
Audio 10.12.
Convenient it might be, but attending a game virtually couldn't possibly be as exciting as being at a real game, surely. And what about the effect on the players? Don't the fans have a responsibility to turn up and encourage their team? Sporting teams always prefer to play in their home stadium, where 70 to 80% of the crowd will be made up of their own fans, and there is plenty of evidence to show that the home team really does have an advantage. On average, teams playing in their home stadium win about 53% of the time, and there are certain football stadiums, such as the Turkish team Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium, which seem to be designed to take advantage of the noise fans make, using the shape of the stadium to make the noise as loud as possible. This then makes it very difficult for the visiting team to do well. Some teams now train using recordings of the other team's fans so that they can learn to take no notice of whatever their opponents might be shouting. However, there is some evidence to suggest that the biggest impact of the crowd is not on the players but on the referees, or match officials, who have to take decisions about whether to allow goals and so on. It seems that shouting from the crowd can affect their decisions and make them more likely to favor the home team. But is the noise of their supporters always a positive thing for players or athletes? Not necessarily. In general, crowds seem to improve performance for team sports and sports that involve strength or the ability to keep going, such as running or cycling. However, sports which require a lot of concentration don't benefit from the excitement caused by the screaming crowd. These kinds of athletes need calm and quiet to do well, and noise from the crowd might cause them to take unnecessary risks and make a mistake.
And now, if you have any, let's check the answers. 1. What percentage of games do teams play at their home stadium usually win? It's 53%. 2. What is it about Galatasaray's stadium that makes it particularly noisy? It is the shape of the stadium makes the noise as loud as possible. 3. What effect can the crowd have on the referees of a game? Crowd shouting can affect the decision of referees. And 4. What kinds of sport benefit from a noisy crowd? It is, crowds seem to be good for sporting events which involve teams demonstrating their strength and speed. 5. What effect might a crowd have on an athlete who needs to focus and concentrate? Noisy crowds might cause athletes who need to concentrate to make mistakes. Exercise 7a. Work with a partner. Do either of the following. And here, A. Make a list of at least 5 reasons why going to see a live game or another sporting event live is better than watching it at home or on the TV or internet. And B. Make a list of at least 5 reasons why watching a game or another sporting event on the TV or internet is better than going to see it live. Pause the video. Do this both parts of the exercise in a written form. And now let's look at the possible answers. Well, there are a lot of advantages of watching something sport events live compared to the TV or the internet. Well, you just feel the atmosphere. You will have a chance to communicate or interact with your team. 3, you will have a chance to meet the people who you would like to see. 4, have a quality time with your close friends. And there are a lot of advantages of TV over live events too. First one is comfort, because you just can just watch it anywhere you want, in any time you want. And second one is actually time flexibility. If you cannot watch something live, you can just watch it on your own time. And third one, you can just have alone time. For example, no one worries you or no one disturbs you during that time. Exercise 7b. Join with a pair who made the opposite list to yours and compare your ideas. Which pair has the best arguments? Vocabulary and speaking. Phrases with take and have. Exercise 8a. Complete the extract from the listening with take or have. Compare your answers with a partner. Pause video, fill the gaps on your own. And now, if you have finished, let's check the answers together. 1. Don't the fans take a responsibility to turn up and encourage their team? 2. The home team really does have an advantage. 3. There are certain football stadiums which seem to be designed to take advantage of the noise fans make. 4. They can learn to take no notice of whatever the other team's fans might be shouting. 5. The referees or match officials who have to take decisions about whether to allow goals or so on. 6. The noise from the crowd might cause them to have 6. Noise from the crowd might cause them to take unnecessary risks and make a mistake. Exercise 8b. Listen and check your answers one more time.
Audio 10.13. 1,
Don't the fans have a responsibility to turn up and encourage their team?
2,
The home team really does have an advantage.
3,
There are certain football stadiums which seem to be designed to take advantage of the noise fans make.
4,
They can learn to take no notice of whatever the other team's fans might be shouting.
5,
Referees, or match officials, who have to take decisions about whether to allow goals and so on.
6,
Noise from the crowd might cause them to take unnecessary risks and make a mistake.
Exercise 9. Work with a partner, read the information in the vocabulary focus box and match 6 of the phrases in the box to the definition. And now, if you have any, let's check the answers. 1. Be aware of something but not certain about it. It's have a feeling that. 2. Try to do something. Have a go at doing something. 3. Be irrelevant or unrelated to something. Have nothing to do with something or someone. 4. Believe that something is important. Take something seriously. 5. Find that doing something is not easy. Have difficulty in doing something. 6. Expect someone to or something to be always there for you, even when you are ungrateful. Take something for granted. Vocabulary focus. Phrases with take and have. Take and have are two of the most common verbs in English phrases. For example, have difficulty in doing something. Have a go at doing something. Have a feeling that. Have a responsibility to do something. Have nothing to do with something or someone. Take something seriously. Take advantage of. Take no notice of. Take something for granted. Take risks. Take a decision. Note that in these phrases the main meaning is not in the verb or take or have, but in the whole expression. Exercise 10. Rewrite sentences 1 to 7, replacing the underlined words or phrases with one of the phrases in the vocabulary focus box. And now, if you have finished, let's check the answers. 1. Don't take risks. It's not worth it. 2. He took advantage of his friend's kindness to borrow a lot of money he couldn't pay back. 3. Just take no notice of him. He's being silly. 4. I take my studies very seriously. 5. It's very important to take the right decision about which degree to do. 6. It's a bit difficult at first, but just have a go at doing it. 7. I have a feeling this holiday would be a mistake. I don't know why. Exercise 11. Task. Choose 3 or 4 of the following situations and tell each other about them. Work with a partner. Ask questions to find out more information. Here, a time when you had difficulty in doing something, had a go at something new, had a feeling that something was wrong, took advantage of a situation or person at a time when you were taken advantage of, took a risk, took an important decision. Pause the video, answer these questions in a written form on your own. And now let's look at the possible answers. Well, the time when I had difficulty in doing something was 3 months ago. Well, when we just started working on this project, I just had really hard problem regulating my speech and just acting. in front of a camera. When I had to go at something new, well, it was a month ago. I just tried myself in mining. It was mostly Ethereum mining, but didn't work out. Our computers were really weak, and when I last had a feeling that something was wrong, well, it was long time ago when I was cheating in exams. I just felt like it's not worth doing it. Well, I failed in the exam, but I learned a lot, great lesson that with cheating you cannot do anything new, anything good. That's the end of our today's lesson. See you in the next lessons.